You know
Mm.
what other thing really surprised me though was so I was quite open with my friends that I was seeing a therapist. And now, granted, this is maybe 7 or 8 years ago, and I was living in London at the time, and as I said, living a very kind of typical existence at the time for boozing, watching sports. So if I was around with the lads watching some sport at the weekend, they might say, "Oh, well, we do this on Wednesday," and I'd just dropped in. "Oh no, I'm seeing a therapist. I see my therapist on a Wednesday or something like that." And they're like, "What? You see a therapist?" And it opened up all these conversations, and just the amount of my mates that had said, or that just had curiosity around, what the hell's that like? What are you experiencing? Why does that, like, why did you feel like you needed to do this? And then even other friends, a handful of other friends that had seen therapists like a number of years, or even a couple of years back for periods of time, and they were opening up to me with it.
Mm.
And that was, I don't know, that was really surprising to me.
Mm. And they'd never told you before.
Never told me at all.
Mm.
No,
I had a
like they
really,
needed. Sorry, go on.
I was just going to say, I had a very similar experience. Um, all of my friends were really supportive, interested, curious, and it enabled these conversations where I was telling them why and the stuff I was working on. And there was one friend, one of my closest friends, who, when I told him, he said, "Oh yeah, yeah, I had a therapist 12 years ago," and I was like, "What the fuck?" We've literally seen each other like twice a week for the last decade, and or longer than that, and you've never told me this before. Um, yeah, which was interesting to me. So, I mean, if you were to speculate, what's going on there?
Stigma, 100%, I'd say.
Hmm.
Um, Fucking Irish males in their early 30s living in London.
Yeah.
Like, there's probably, there'd be few kind of demographics in the world that would be less likely to speak, I'd say, about therapy. And like I know I
I'd
mentioned this
add
in the
Asian
pre.
men to that as well.
Yeah, you will. Yeah, sure. I'm sure there's like a lot of demographics that are saying, no, my demographic amongst males is the worst for this. Like, maybe we can have some sort of competition. I don't know how that would go, but we can figure it out sometime.